हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू ऑनलाइन फिजिक्स। सो फ्रेंड्स, पिछली वीडियो में हमने लेज़र के बारे में और लेज़र से रिलेटेड जितने भी कंसेप्ट हैं लाइक आइंस्टाइन कोएफिशिएंट, पंपिंग पावर, पॉपुलेशन इन्वर्सन, सेपरेशन बिटवीन मोड्स एंड कैविटी लाइफ टाइम, सो इन सब के बारे में हमने डिटेल में डिस्कस किया था। सो इनसे रिलेटेड जितने भी मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन है उन सबको हमने नोट किया था जो कि मोस्टली न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम्स में यूज़ होते हैं। सो अब हम 2011 से लेकर 2019 तक जितनी भी नेट की प्रीवियस प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उन सबको डिस्कस करेंगे ताकि आपको इस टॉपिक से रिलेटेड और इस टॉपिक से रिलेटेड जो प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, जो प्रॉब्लम्स बनती हैं, उन सब के बारे में एक अच्छे से क्लैरिटी हो जाए और आप नेक्स्ट एग्ज़ाम में उसको अच्छे से सॉल्व कर पाओ। सो फ्रेंड्स, इन सारी प्रॉब्लम्स को हम 2 वीडियोस में डिस्कस करेंगे एंड दिस इज़ द पार्ट ए जिसमें हम 2011 से लेकर 2014 तक जितनी भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उन सबको डिस्कस करेंगे। एंड इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो एंड इन द पार्ट बी वी विल डिस्कस प्रॉब्लम फ्रॉम 2014 टू 2019। एंड बिलीव मी, अगर आप इन तीनों वीडियोस को अच्छे से देख लेंगे तो आपको एग्ज़ाम में बहुत बेनिफिट होने वाला। आप इस टॉपिक से रिलेटेड जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स आएगी उसको आराम से सॉल्व कर लोगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। So the first problem is from NET June 2011 and the question is, consider the energy level diagram as shown in figure. So this is the figure which we have given of a typical 3-level ruby level system with 1.6 into 10 raised to power 19 chromium ions per cubic centimeter. All the atoms excited by 0.4 micrometer radiation decay rapidly to level E2 which has lifetime tau equal to 3 millisecond. And now the part A of this question is, assuming that there is no radiation of wavelength 0.7 micrometer present in the pumping cycle and pumping rate is R atoms per centimeter cube. The population density in the level N2 builds up as, and these are the 4 options. Now let's see how to solve this problem. In this problem we have given the rate R. So here the rate equation is given by dN2 upon dt that is equal to R minus A21 into N2. So अगर हम इस इक्वेशन को समझने की कोशिश करें, so here dN2 upon dt is the number of change of particles at level N2 with time. Actually that is the rate which is equal to R. सो अगर आपने पिछली वीडियो देखी है तो आपको अच्छे से समझ आएगा जहाँ पे हमने लेज़र के बारे में बेसिक डिस्कशन किया था। तो वहाँ पे 3 प्रोसेसेस को हमने डिस्कस किया था। फर्स्ट इज स्टिमुलेटेड एब्जॉर्प्शन, सेकंड इज स्पॉन्टेनियस एमिशन एंड थर्ड वन इज स्टिमुलेटेड एमिशन। सो सबसे पहले क्या होता है स्टिमुलेटेड एब्जॉर्प्शन। सो पार्टिकल ग्राउंड स्टेट से जाते हैं एक्साइटेड स्टेट में एंड हेयर N2 आर्स द पार्टिकल एट द एक्साइटेड स्टेट। अब इस प्रोसेस के बाद जब पार्टिकल एक्साइटेड स्टेट में आ जाते हैं तो वहाँ पे 2 प्रोसेसेस होती हैं, स्पॉन्टेनियस एमिशन एंड स्टिमुलेटेड एमिशन। सो दैट्स मीन जो N2 पार्टिकल एक्साइटेड स्टेट्स में है सो वहाँ पे साथ में स्पॉन्टेनियस एमिशन भी होगा जो कि इसके रेट पे इफेक्ट करेगा। सो दैट्स वाई दिस इक्वेशन इज dN2 upon dt, दैट मीन्स चेंज ऑफ नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल एट लेवल 2 with respect to time is equal to R which is rate minus spontaneous emission that is directly proportional to A21 into N2। बस आपको यहाँ पे ये इक्वेशन समझ आनी चाहिए बिकॉज इसके आगे जो भी है वो मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन है। सो यहाँ पे मैं आपको एक बात बता दूँ कि अगर आपने पिछली वीडियो अभी तक नहीं देखी तो पहले वो वीडियो देखिए, तभी आपको इनसे रिलेटेड जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं और इनके सोल्यूशन है वो समझ आएंगे और आप आगे भी इनको सॉल्व कर पाओगे। So as we discussed in the previous video, A21 is also equal to 1 upon tau. So the equation becomes R minus 1 upon tau into N2. Now simply shift the right hand side into the left hand side. So we will get this equation. And this is simply the linear differential equation. And to solve this, just find the integrating factor which is equal to exponential integration of p dt. So here p is 1 upon tau. So simply we will get exponential t upon tau. And now these are just the mathematical calculations. So integrate this equation and we will get this one. And now take this exponential term at the right hand side and we will get this one. So हमको पता है कि at t equal to 0 कोई भी प्रोसेस नहीं होगी. So that's mean at t equal to 0 n2 will also be 0. And we will get the value of c which is minus tau r. Now put this value at here and we will get the value of n2 that is tau r 1 minus exponential minus t upon tau. So हमने यहाँ पे n2 की वैल्यू निकालनी थी and that will equal to r tau 1 minus exponential minus t upon tau. So that's mean option B will be the right answer. And now let's come to the second part of this problem. And here the second part is the minimum pump power required per cubic centimeter to bring the system to transparency. That means zero gain is. So simply यहाँ पे हमको निकालना है minimum pump power. So as we know that power is equal to energy per unit time. So here energy is h nu and time is tau and multiply with the number of particles. So वैसे तो pumping power के expression में हमारे पास यहाँ पे N2 आता है, that are the number of particle at excited level. बट यहाँ पे हमसे पूछा गया है मिनिमम पंप पावर. सो अगर आपने पिछली वीडियो देखी है तो वहाँ पे हमने डिस्कस किया था इस कंडीशन को. इन द केस ऑफ मिनिमम N2 मस्ट बी n upon 2. So that's why here minimum pumping power will equal to n upon 2 into h nu upon tau. And we know that nu is equal to c upon lambda. So just put here and we will get hc upon lambda tau. And now here all the values are given. Just put the values. Here n is 1.6 into 10 raised to power 19. H is Planck constant which is 6.6 into 10 raised to power minus 34. And c is velocity of light that is 3 into 10 raised to power 8. And lambda is 0.7 into 10 raised to power minus 6. And tau is 3 millisecond that is 3 into 10 raised to power minus 3. And now after calculating this we will get 754. And in kilowatt and according to options that is approximately equal to 0.76 kilowatt per cubic centimeter. So here option C will be the right answer. And now the next problem is from NET December 2012. So here the question is consider the energy level diagram shown below. So this is the energy level diagram which correspond to the molecular nitrogen laser. If the pump rate R is 10 raised to power 20 atoms per cubic centimeter per second and decay rates are shown with T tau 1 which is 20 nanosecond and T1 that is 1 microsecond. The equilibrium population of state 2 and 1 are respectively. So यहाँ पे हमने population निकालनी है at level 2 and 1 at the condition of equilibrium. Now let's see how to solve this problem. So as we discussed in first problem, the rate equation given as dN2 upon dt that is equal to R minus A21 into N2. So here A21 is equal to 1 upon tau 21. So this equation become R minus N2 upon tau 21. And this is the equation for rate of change of N2. And now in the case of N1 we have the equation that is dN1 upon dt that is equal to A21 into N2 minus N1 upon tau 1. So here A21 is equal to 1 upon tau 21. So this equation will become N2 upon tau 21 minus N1 upon tau 1. And under equilibrium conditions we have dN2 upon dt equal to dN1 upon dt that is equal to 0. And now by using this condition the first equation will become N2 equal to tau 21 into R. Now here both values are given. Tau 21 is 2 nanosecond and R is 10 raised to power 20. So after multiplying this we will get 2 into 10 raised to power 12 per cubic centimeter. And now by applying equilibrium condition in equation 2 we will get N1 equal to tau 1 into N2 upon tau 21. And here all the values are given and by calculating this we will get 10 raised to power 14 per cubic centimeter. So these are the values of N1 and N2. So here option B will be the right answer. And now the next problem is also from NET December 2012. So here the question is Consider a hydrogen atom undergoing a 2p to 1s transition. The lifetime TSP of the 2p state for spontaneous emission is 1.6 microsecond, and the energy difference between the level is 10.2 electron volt. Assuming that the refractive index of the medium N not equal to 1, the ratio of Einstein coefficients for stimulated and spontaneous emission B21 upon A21 is given by. So here we have to find the ratio of Einstein coefficients for stimulated and spontaneous emission. Now let's see how to find it. So here the transition is 2p to 1s, and TSP is given, which is 1.6, and delta E is given, which is 10.2 electron volt, and the refractive index is 1. So as we discussed in the previous video, the ratio of Einstein coefficients of spontaneous emission to stimulated emission, that is equal to 8 pi h nu cube upon c cube, and that is for free space where we have not given any refractive index, and for any medium with refractive index, c will become v in this expression. And here we know that refractive index is equal to c upon v. So from here v will equal to c upon n. So just put the value of v, c upon n in this equation, and we will get this one, 8 pi h nu cube n naught cube upon c cube. And this is the equation of ratio of Einstein coefficient of spontaneous emission to stimulated emission. But according to given problem, we have to find the ratio of Einstein coefficient of stimulated emission to spontaneous emission. So just reverse this equation and we will get this one. And here we have given the value of delta E. So हमारी जो given values है उसमें हमको delta E की value दी हुई है. So हमको इस expression में delta E को generate करना पड़ेगा. So as we know that delta E is equal to h cut omega. So यहाँ पे ओमेगा लाने के लिए हमको सिंपल फ्रीक्वेंसी को एंगुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी में चेंज करना होगा. So as we know that omega is equal to 2 pi nu. So nu will become omega upon 2 pi. So just put this value at the above equation and we will get this one, c cube pi square upon h cut omega cube n naught cube. So to make here h cut omega cube, we have to multiply with h cut square. And here we know that h cut omega is equivalent to delta E. So just put delta E in place of h cut omega and we will get this one. And now by putting the value of h cut, that is h upon 2 pi, we will get this one, c cube h square upon 4 delta E cube n naught cube. And now in this expression we have all the values. Here c is 3 into 10 raised to power 8, h is 6.6 into 10 raised to power minus 34, and in the denominator 4 into delta E, that is 10.2 electron volt, and that will become 10.2 into 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19. And now after calculating this, we will get approximately 0.68 into 10 raised to power 12. So here option A will be the right answer. And now the next problem is also from NET December 2012. So आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो कि 2012 में आपको 3 प्रॉब्लम्स लेज़र से रिलेटेड आई थी. सो यहाँ से आप अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हो कि ये टॉपिक कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. नाउ लेट्स सी दिस प्रॉब्लम. कंसीडर अ हीलियम नियॉन लेज़र कैविटी consisting of 2 mirrors of reflectivities R1 equal to 1 and R2 equal to 0.98. The mirrors are separated by a distance that is d equal to 20 centimeter, and the medium in between has a refractive index n naught equal to 1 and absorption coefficient alpha equal to 0. The values of the separation between the modes small delta nu and the width capital delta nu of each mode of the laser cavity are. So यहाँ पे हमको दो चीज़ें फाइंड आउट करनी है. स्मॉल डेल्टा न्यू दैट इज सेपरेशन बिटवीन द मोड्स and capital delta nu that is width of each mode of laser cavity. So अगर आप इस प्रॉब्लम के ऑप्शंस की तरफ देखो तो आपको एक बात नोट करनी चाहिए कि चाहे वो स्मॉल डेल्टा न्यू हो चाहे वो कैपिटल डेल्टा न्यू हो, कि दोनों वैल्यूज़ जो हमने कैलकुलेट करनी है उनकी वैल्यूज़ चारों ऑप्शंस में अलग अलग हैं. सो यहाँ पे आपको थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना है कि जिसमें लेस कैलकुलेशन है उसको सॉल्व करो, आपको आपका आंसर मिल जाएगा. सो दूसरी वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, आप अपना टाइम बचा सकते हो. नाउ लेट्स सी हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस. नाउ हेयर द गिवन वैल्यूज आर R1 is 1, R2 is 0.98, D is 20 centimeter, N naught is 1 and alpha is 0. So as we discussed in previous video, separation between two modes is equal to C upon 2 and D. And width of each mode is equal to 1.2 pi Tc. Here Tc is the cavity lifetime, which that is equal to 2 Nd upon C log 1 upon R1 into R2 into exponential minus 2 alpha D. सो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि इसको कैलकुलेट करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है इसके मुकाबले, तो हम इसको कैलकुलेट करेंगे. दैट इज सिंपली C अपॉन 2 एंड D. सो C इज 3 into 10 raised to power 8, 2 into N is 1 and D is 2 into 10 raised to power minus 2. So after calculating this, we will get 0.075 into 10 raised to power 10 hertz, and that can be written as 750 megahertz, where separation between mode is equal to 750 megahertz. That will be the right answer. So as you seen here in option C, the separation between mode is 750 megahertz. So that will be the right answer. And now the next problem is from NET June 2013. So here the problem is the electronic energy level in a hydrogen atom are given by En equal to minus 30.6 upon n square electron volt. If a selective excitation to the n equal to 100 level is to be made using a laser, the maximum allowed frequency line width of the laser is. So simply here we have to calculate the frequency line width, that is equal to delta nu. Now let's see how to solve this. So simply here we have given En equal to minus 13.6 upon n square electron volt, where n is 100. And here we have to find out the frequency line width, that is equal to delta nu. So simply हमें यहाँ पे एनर्जी दी हुई है, तो यहीं से हमने डेल्टा न्यू की वैल्यू निकालनी है. तो वो हम कैसे निकालेंगे? We know that E is h nu. So from this delta E will equal to h delta nu. Now simply here we have to find the delta E from the given expression of E. So here delta E will become minus 13.6 into minus 2 upon n cube. Here we just take the derivative of E with respect to n. So in this equation minus minus will become plus, and this will become 2 into 13.6 upon n cube. So delta E will equal to h delta nu. Now after taking h to the right hand side and after putting all the values, we will get this one. And after calculating this, we will get 6.5 gigahertz. So here option B will be the right answer. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will solve another problems up to 2019. So thanks for watching. Keep learning and keep sharing. Thank you.